to do it, y'all.
Let me hear you.
Testing.
Oh,
Testing.
damn.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
I got that damn cord too. I ordered it
Oh, okay.
from, okay, we'll go live on Facebook. Live. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Put the YouTube show. DET. Detroit. Topic. Media. Fake or real.
You hit media wrong. What's up? What's up? What's up, world? It's your man, the one and only MrSan44Man in the house. How y'all for yourself for that holiday? Did you take it easy? Did you just sit there and watch the kids? Did you even think they badasses even deserved anything? I don't know. It depends on what you did for them and how you enjoyed yourself for the Christmas holiday. Today, people, we're gonna reflect on the media. Uh, the media that's fake, and the media is media fake, or is fakeness the media? That's what we're gonna ask today. We have so much with this internet uh, going on, Instagram, musically, Twitter, which you and we have all these different networks, but it's entities that we use every day really improving the life of our current life situation? Is it better now than it was back in the 60s? Because back in the 60s, we didn't have these opportunities of having instant medias or iPads or things of that nature. But right now, going on 2018, can you ask yourself, has the current technology that we have in the media, whether it be print, broadcast, or the internet, or radio, is it better? Are we better informed? Or are we better people? Or are we worse off because we don't know what media is real and what media is fake? Give me a call, 248-429-7224. And we're just asking that question today. Uh, I know it's a lot of different things that we're hearing today that we don't realize what may be fake news, or what people may not know about what they're talking about in the news, which makes the media fake at that juncture because the media has a responsibility. The media's responsibility is inform you as a audience member, as a person that tunes in to receive the information in which you go by your daily life. Okay, um, But with the addition of back in the day, there was just print media. But now with the addition of print and can I say it? A combination of print and broadcast media all into one, which we have now that equals out to the internet. Okay. Now we all know basically what basic broadcast is. You know, your radio, your print media, your television, but that internet media. What makes it so fascinating that more people look towards the information that is coming from there than they do coming from print media, or as well as they look from coming from just ordinary news media broadcast. And we want to reflect on, is it really something that's better for us? And if so, what is it that we make it do that's better? Now, I was watching The Twilight Zone. You remember that? Ron Sterling, Twilight Zone, coolest ass white man I ever known. Used to have a cigarette in his hand. This is Rod Sterling. Submitted for your approval. So, you know, I'm checking out some of the old time broadcasts that they had on the back in the day when you remember Ozzie and Harriet, Fathers Know Best, and those programs. If you're not my age and you're younger, you probably don't really know about those programs. But these were programs that were dedicated to, how can I say, a father coming home and leading the house. Mother would be a housewife that would go in there and work all day long, making his dinner, looking out for the children. That was that era. What I really liked about the Twilight Zone so much as growing up as a child is it was a simple type of program, and it was intriguing. Like, for instance, I was looking at one where this bum was in an alley and he had on these shoes. I mean, well, he had on old shoes, but he seen this guy who was dead behind him where he was. And so he didn't even pay attention to the guy, but he put on the man's shoes. These were some expensive, supposed to be fly shoes. As he put on those shoes, his whole life went from being a bum to transferring his life into this man's life who he didn't know whose shoes that he was wearing. So now his life has changed dramatically from the bum in the street to this dead man's life. Now, what was so intriguing about it is this man who was the bum had the spirit of the man who was dead and took that spirit through this man and went to the very man that killed him. And ironically enough, at the end, the man tried to kill the man, the bum, tried to kill the man to take his revenge out and end up getting himself killed. And the actual man who killed the man, he said, how did you even get in this body? How did you even come to me like this? And before my man died, he said, you know what? I will come to you forever. As long as I got this spirit, I will always come to get you. I will always be after you. And I looked at it like, he threatened my man, but in a way he threatened him, he let him know you don't never necessarily just have to watch your back. You better watch who's in front of you. And that brought me to the term of bringing your friends closer and your enemies closer. Because what we're seeing nowadays in the internet, YouTube, Facebook, you don't see people just necessarily making programming where it's intriguing. The only socialness that you see in these medias nowadays is either one, someone is telling you about their life, or two, someone is on the air broadcasting something, or three, somebody's broadcasting some bullshit, it's like a fight or something, just going to somebody's house clowning. Now, what makes it more intriguing than the regular television and what it is about the internet that you get to observe that regular TV becomes boring to you? Because we all know that certain things that are on broadcast TV, you'll run right to the internet. Am I right? Of course. You will run right to the internet and check it out. World Star, Twitter, Musically, no matter what it is, you'll run there to seek the information. Now, at least 70 to 80% of the information that's on the internet is fake news. And then you have broadcast news from the President of the United States that's telling you that news is fake. So the question asked once again, is the news that we have through the media better now because we have the internet? Or is the traditional news that we had through broadcast media more reliable? If there was a nuclear attack right now, who would you feel comfortable of relying on? ABC, MSNBC, CNN? Or would you go to the internet to find out what would be the real deal? Because somebody might be in a city that the catastrophe is going down, just like over in Vegas, or just like in Virginia, or just like in Alabama. Instamatic news sort of faster than the news that you rely on every day. So which news is much more valid? Which media is fake and which fakeness is media? Can you cipher the difference? 248-429-7224. Are you kids watching the regular TV? Remember regular TV? Where at the end of the night, dun, 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 shh, and that was it for the night. See, now we got 24/7 TV. When your news went off, that was it. You didn't know anything else that happened until the Today Show came on. And then when that came on, you were told what the news was. How about now? I mean, with everybody trying to win the biggest rating to get to the news the fastest, to give you the information the quickest, are mistakes made? Of course mistakes are made. But do we oversee those mistakes? Then we oversee the mistakes on the internet news? Somebody can say this or that. Your president said, broadcast news. I would like to thank Martin Luther King for starting the civil rights movement. Now that was broadcast news of your president. But before he did that, he should have went to Wikipedia and found out that in 1725, George Mason from 1792 was an American who wrote the Virginia Declarations of Rights and Influences in the U.S. Bill of Rights. I mean, he's Harvard educated. He should have known this, right? Thomas Paine, 1737 to 1809. English-American activist, author, wrote Rights of Man. Elizabeth Freeman, 1744 to 1829, also known as Mom Bet, first former slave to win a freedom suit in Massachusetts. You see, the list just goes on and on and on and on. Now, although it does mention the Dr. Martin Luther King, it also mentioned Julian Bond, Stokely Carmichael, James Orange, Marsha P. Johnson, just to name more than a few. So I bring that to your attention to say, this is a man that is your leader of the free world that tells you now, don't believe in the media that you listen to. Don't believe in the media that you write. Don't believe in nothing but Twitter. Twitter. Because he's comfortable with Twitter. That's another part of what I said, our social media. So do we have more people listening to him on Twitter than we have people listening to him on mainstream American media broadcasts? Yes. Because with the Twitter and the internet, you can say things and address people by their biases, by what they can go to. For instance, if an Al-Qaeda or a Muslim person wanted to learn how to make explosives, they can go to a site to learn how to do that, right? But if you look at your broadcast news, you can't do that, right? Okay. If I want to learn how to make something or build something or create something, how do I do it? Can I call my mainstream media company and say, how do I do it, and put it on the broadcast news? Maybe, sometimes, if it's in their best interest. What if it's not in their best interest? Then what? How do you get it out there? How do you get your point across? The radio. They look at broadcast or radio as dead. Who listens to radio? XM Satellite doing pretty good. iHeartRadio doing pretty good. WJLB doing pretty good. 107.5 doing pretty good. So I think people still are listening to the radio. Because until you stop vehicles and people driving short or long distances, people are going to listen to the radio. It's just a common thing. Now, print media, you could give a take, because that's moving on over to the media as far as internet is concerned. You can go to the Washington Post. You can go to the Sun-Times. You can go to the Florida Tribune. You can go to the Memphis Tribune. You can go to all these just by going on to your internet. So once again, the power of the internet and the media, fake or real. Are we taking real media that we used to traditionally go by and say we took it for law and using it for media that's fake or propaganda because some group or organization led it, said it, orchestrated, put it out there, marketed it, and did everything? How do you think Russia interfered with the general election, as they say? How did that happen? Could it happen in broadcast media? Maybe, maybe not. Could it happen in print media? It's called propaganda. When you decipher what it is real and what's not real, what do you ask yourself? Do you look at the program? Do you know what news organization represents Democrats, and do you understand what news organizations represents Republican viewpoints? Because you could be watching something that doesn't cater to you, but caters to someone else, which we do as Black America. Prime example, they told us to cater to Christmas. Everybody just went out there, bought presents, bought toys, bought everything for Christmas, everything in Christmas, everything on the internet, on TV, on the radio. Influence. What do? We follow the directions. Go to Gardner White, 30% off. Christmas sale. Ooh, they said go there and receive 30% off. You see? So now I might be in my car on my way to Gardner White, and Sears might say, hey, Sears is going out of business. Get 95% off for whatever your deal, and we will pay your taxes. Ooh. Do you understand? Now I'm happy as a sissy in a CC camp now, because I got a deal. You know what I'm saying? That's that traditional way of doing things. Print media, vocal media, elevated music media, however media is presented to you to get your attention. But now, all this is incorporated into something that is one. So, does broadcast media, print media, and radio go out like the 8 track? Or is there a future in all that combined in one internet? How do you cipher what's fake and what's real, even though the entities that you've used previously is in something that you can't really trust fully? So as a result of that, how do we make that decipheredness or decipher what's real and what's fake? What media is fake and what fake news is media? There's been mess ups in online. There's been stories that have been online, some of them inaccurate. Everybody rushed to play, everybody rushed to be first. So when you're sitting there and you're doing your thing and you're watching your media, what are you looking for? How do you know what's going to be real and what's going to be fake? Especially when you have an individual that's telling you that the news that you watch or the media that you watch is fake. It's something that happens every day. It's getting worse. You having people that are targeting children. You have propaganda of racism. People are campaigning their own selves. They don't need to be interviewed by your local news. I just don't understand the concept of how people have been getting rich. I've heard people been getting mortgages paid. I've been hearing that people have sent their children to colleges. And I would figure that if these medias that we so much trust would help to educate people for the media in which is the internet, in which everybody is jumping on board to. Maybe there's some disclaimers that you can put on there to help identify that you are a legitified company. Whether you're CBS, ABC, NBC, it doesn't matter. You're a company that can be trusted by the general public. If that being the case, then don't you think a lot of people will be helped? Don't you think a lot of people will be informed? Don't you think a lot of people will understand the internet just a little bit more? I think so. I really think so. The children are the ones that need that education, and a lot of us people. If you just not happen to be a savvy computerized person, if you're not savvy like that, then. But if you are, then you know, you get the ability to kind of like have your form, do things that other people are not able or capable of doing. If you have your form, you have the ability to go on air and broadcast to people with your viewpoint, with your abilities. If you choose to do that, you know, I don't see too many people doing that. Not too many. Because everybody is too in the business of seeing somebody get shot, get hurt, get killed. That's the most exciting media that I see. The most exciting media that I see. And it saddens me to see that when somebody gets shot or somebody get killed, that's the best thing since apple pie. You know, the content that we have on social media these days that the children can just access immediately, immediately, without no prior filtering. And then by saying too, as well, you might not even have the proper filtering. You might not even know how to use a computer. Now, how is it that your child knows how to use a computer better than you do? Because you haven't been educated. Everybody wants the opportunity to showcase themselves, showcase what they do. And don't get me wrong, I feel like social media has done some good things for some people. And then it has also been a train wreck for others. So with that said, what has it done for you? What does it do for you? What do you broadcast to the world to show the world who you are, what you do, what you market, what you're about, what your company is about? See, these are some of the things that could be taught by the media that will be leaving. Because it's only a matter of time. Like I said, radio, I feel will be here. But as far as the print, the TV media and the print media, I don't see it too long. Fire stick. Can you say that? Sorry, cable. More channels than a little bit. For free. For free. Now let me see how that runs. I'm gonna watch broadcast TV for $500 and some a month. Or I'm gonna buy this Fire Stick here on the internet with just cable, just wireless for $10 and $500. $10, $500. I got over 4,000 channels, more than I can even watch, and no monthly bill. I think I'm going with that Fire Stick. See? The internet is so prevalent now. What do you think it's going to look like in 5 years from now? Some of the content you can't even filter because things that are designed for children are exposed to pedophiles. Remember I told y'all about Santa? You got all this stranger danger that you put on broadcast news. Stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger. But then you'll take your child and let them watch all these little TV shows for the holiday of Christmas. Tell him this little fat man gonna come down the chimney, which you don't have one. Burn his ass up, if you have one, for some milk and cookies. Or Blunt and Hennessy, depending on what neighborhood you're going to, or you're telling this shit from. So now you take the child to the mall, and here's this fat man stranger who you tell your child to sit on his lap. Don't know his background history. Just sit on Santa's lap, because that's Santa. Can you tell me where Santa lived, mama? The North Pole. See, you're lying to me, mama. Where does Santa really live, mama, if he snatched my ass up right now? See how this new television, this new form of information broadcasting wise can warp a person's mind? Now, this is what I heard that can cure what I just said. I don't believe it. It's crock of shit, but this is what they said. They said you can tell your child so they won't be crying and hollering and doing what they supposed to do because this is a stranger's ass they sitting on and they don't want you, or you don't want to be embarrassed about it because your child's scared of Santa. She said what you do is you get a children's book. You look at the Santa and you tell him that's Santa Claus. And then you go to the mall and let him do the same damn thing that I just told you ain't supposed to let him do. That's going to quiet him down. That's going to make him or her not scared. How many times Santa came to y'all house and sat at y'all dinner table and had dinner with you? One person. Can I see one person? Drizzy, Julia, come on. Tell me. Kimberly. Which one of y'all? Huh? Santa been in anybody's house? Anybody? Just say yes. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just the thing. That's just the thing. I can't hear. I can't hear. I see y'all, but I can't hear. I don't know. Call me up 248-429-7224 and tell me, hey, saying I either agree or I don't agree. Because I think that the internet has its pros and its cons when it comes to media being real and media being fake. With at least learning from broadcasts, you can learn some things that can maybe help you to refer to some of the things as far as a way to gain access to information that is legitimized. WikiLeaks, Wikipedia, I'm sorry. I mean, different social organizations. The New York Post, the New York Times, who? Who do you trust? The number, 248-429-7224. Give me a call. Tell me what you think. Is it better or is it worse? The internet, the media, the news, fake? Which media is which? Who do I believe? I believe my president when he say the real news that I've been watching for over 50 years is fake. Do I turn around and say the internet is true? You tell me. 248-429-7224. Your man, the one only MrSan44Man. You're tuned in to Detroit Raw Live right here on ventradio.net. And also, Brother Umar Johnson, that was on my show last week, will be at the Northwest Activity Center. Glenn, do we have a what's name? I think a flyer for him. The Northwest Activity Center, you want to be there January 1st.
We'll get the date for you.
Okay, we're going to get the date for you. Tickets are $20 right now if you go online and $30 at the door. So y'all want to be down there and check that brother out doing some big things.
Well, you also have to mention that children 17 and under is free.
That's right. That's right.
And senior citizens
Are also
free.
So y'all come on down there, bring your moms, bring the little ones, so they can absorb that message that brother is releasing to the community. Because I understand that, and here's another thing too about that news and fake and the media and everything. When we were coming up, and I'm talking people over 50, when we were coming up, we depended on the news media. We had Al Sharpton, Dr. Martin Luther King, we had Jesse Jackson, we had all these leaders that were seen before us, not maybe every day, but we had those as the leaders for us to lead for civil rights. Okay. Limited amount of ones that were in the Senate and Congress, but still some type of representation. So the people that we have now, like Dr. Umar Johnson, may not be on the forefront of that broadcast media, but he is in the broadcast media of the internet, which should give him substantial amount of subscribers, supporters, and viewers if you are into supporting your community, if you are into seeing some new face, some new talent, some new design, some new organization, some new ideas, then you need to be there at the Northwest Activity Center. You need to be there. You need to get your kids down there and listen to this brother's message. You need to. And you need to check out Detroit Raw from last week when he had his message on there. And is it another show that I've seen him, I heard him on.
Yeah, he also was on the Vet Radio Network on the In the Zone show that
Right.
comes on Saturdays.
And
You know, it's funny though. Dr. Umar is saying that it's mostly his people, his own people, that are trying to destroy him.
and that's sad. And why is that? Why is that? I can't understand
Well,
if we say that we need some help, we want new leaders, we want new fresh
Number
ideas,
one
but
is,
we
we have that crab in the barrel mentality. That's number one.
yeah.
Number two, we just have black folks that just hate black folks.
Did y'all hear that world? Now why does Glenn feel like that? Because it's true. Is it? Possibility? Because I do see a lot of hatefulness out there. I just call them discouragers.
But it's absolutely true. I mean, because whether or not you agree with this man and what he's saying,
Mm-hmm.
it has nothing to do with whether or not it's the truth or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do you may dislike a person, but how do you dislike the message when the message is true?
Right.
You know, we don't know this man like you and I know one another, but we do agree that this man is trying to help his people and help the black community.
Yes. Yes, he is.
So, they're saying that this man is a fraud and he's this and he's that. Well, you need to be able to back these allegations up with some proof. But see, with us, we don't need a whole lot of proof. We just need enough people
To talk about it.
to say that
he ain't did it. He ain't right.
good.
Right.
You know, we sent. Well, I don't want to say we sent, but because he had a lot to do with it himself. But we stood by and we watched these folks give Kwame Kilpatrick 28 years.
Yeah.
And 9 out of every 10 black folks were saying he had it coming. Until they found out how bad they wanted to destroy this man.
And I still don't understand that he didn't murder nobody.
Well, he got time like a murderer.
Didn't he? And ladies and gentlemen, he only looked out for his man. Now let me keep it real with you. America has looked out for corporate America, businesses, friendships for decades, for years, forever. And nobody ever fucking went to prison over it. Now, maybe some scandals where you were just really just raggedy with it and just, you know what I'm saying, overwhelmed yourself. Y'all was just gonna roll the barrel dry and got caught up. But this wasn't that occasion. A lot of people fell behind this. Lost her job over this. Fashion Stinger. You know what I'm saying? Because she had affiliation with one of the Kwame boys. And you know what I'm saying? Here she is on national or local news. Broadcasting. You see what I'm saying? Broadcasting. Maybe we feel now that by us being able to go on YouTube, Facebook, or any of these other social networks, we have the capability of saying what we want, how we want, and expressing ourselves in the way we want. Okay, I can get with that. I believe you.
Yeah, but do we have to? A coward is a coward. Whether it's online, behind a screen, through a telephone.
Right.
A coward is a coward. And to just make accusations that are unfounded on other people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they say that you're not supposed to do that. Some folks got a religion that speaks against that.
Yeah.
And they seem to be the ones who do it the most.
Yeah, you're right.
I was reading yesterday online that Judge Vonda Evans has been accused of some wrongdoing just because of someone that she knows.
Speaking of that, did you hear about the whole city council? The whole probe against the city government? In case you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a series of city officials that the feds just came in and named, Benny Napoleon being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Several other top officials. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it was a list. I said, what? I said, see what I tell you. That's the new plan. We already downtown. We done built downtown. We got the white mayor in, and we gonna tear up the government. Before you know it, next 5 years, Detroit will be totally
Yeah.
governmental, everything.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Is that a surprise? There's two families, three families now that control Metro Detroit. Period.
Yeah.
But you know, we were standing around talking about the revitalization of Detroit, as if some of this stuff was for us.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, we gonna have a new arena. We ain't got no new arena. They got a new arena.
Because look how they opened it up and slapped you in the face. Straight up.
But when you keep turning the other cheek to be slapped, you can't complain.
And did you hear Kid Rock is supposed to be doing another concert, and he's got a problem because he wants to name it the greatest show on earth concert.
Well, why is that a problem?
Because Ringling Brothers got a damn problem with it. Because they're the makers of the greatest show on earth, Ringling Brothers Barnum and Ladies Circus. And they got the rights to that. And so he can't do that.
Well, and guess what? Against other white folks,
Filing a lawsuit too.
he probably won't.
Yeah. Filing a lawsuit.
Yeah, but see, you know, Kid Rock is really not all that relevant anymore.
Mm.
So he has, now don't get me wrong, he's very talented.
Mm.
But he has now gotten away from his talents to exploit the same base that got Donald Trump elected.
Right, right,
That's who Kid Rock is also speaking to.
right.
So you have to look at these things and recognize them when you see them.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Because I know Kid Rock. Kid Rock knows me personally, you know. And
a
the
lot
thing
of
is, I
people
respect his work.
A lot of people think that Kid is a racist,
Yeah.
and he's not.
No, he's cool. He's
You
a
know,
cool
a
guy.
lot of people don't know that his firstborn child is by a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't mean that he can't be racist.
Right.
I'm just telling you that knowing him when we were very young men starting out in the music industry, I didn't see any racism in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, things could change when you get a whole lot of money. You know, that could change. But I don't believe that to be the case as much as I believe that he's speaking to a base that buys his concert tickets.
And that's no doubt. That's no doubt. Social media. You don't even have to see it on the local news or anything. You say, hey, Kid Rock gonna be in town, entertainment, boom. Next thing you know, everybody online. Kid Rock gonna be in town, Kid Rock gonna be in town. Boom, 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 boom. Share.
Yeah, but why won't they? Okay,
Next thing you know, he's sold out.
But that's fine. But why won't they share that Detroit Live is on the air, and you may get some information that may help you?
Ladies and gentlemen, Betty, Lima, he's asking that question. But hey, why won't they support Brother Umar?
Well, some people are supporting Brother Umar.
Right.
They're just
It's just who's gonna support you.
Yeah, well, it goes to show you how many haters you got versus supporters.
Yeah.
So for every supporter you got, you probably realistically got 10 haters.
You see, you probably got 10 haters. Hey, you know, the social media aspect, as far as what I'm seeing, as far as news, the real and the fake part of it, is the news that when you attack an individual or a race of people, black people are this, or white people is this, or if you don't have your facts together, it makes you look like you're just ranting. And a lot of people don't have facts or don't go on fact. They just say, Al Sharpton just don't like white people. Mm-hmm. And he makes his comment because they just gave him his show. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, look how long Al Sharpton's been up there, and out of the whole time we've been watching Al Sharpton and them, what have they really done in their broadcast media for black people other than do some marches?
Well, you have to understand something. This is the very reason that we are trying to build that radio, and that we started. Those people still work for white folks.
Yeah.
MSNBC is owned by them. Yeah. ABC is owned by them. They have a boss, and they have an agenda. And if you're not going to push their agenda,
your ass out of there.
You out of there. Yep. It's just that simple.
So do you feel like, okay, let's do this one. Amarosa just lost her job.
Who?
Amarosa.
What's that, a slave ship?
Yeah, you might as well say it. Y'all know Amarosa from The Apprentice with Donald Trump, the only black woman I know that can get fired 3 times and still make the news. But in case you're not informed, she was asked to leave the White House. She figured I'm going to come back up in here and holler at Donald because y'all ain't trying to hear me. So she had to physically be removed from there as well as had her.
She said she wasn't physically removed.
Yeah, that's what
and
she
said. And the Secret Service said that she wasn't physically removed.
By them. But she was ousted out. No matter what. Somebody knows what. And there we go again. The news that we receive. Nobody knows. But everybody wants us to believe that. Everybody wants to say, your number one station for accurate news, on the point, live. MSNBC, CNN, you know what I'm saying? These are the very news medias that tell us to believe in what they say.
Yeah, but why would you believe in a people that historically has been against you?
They say that's Fox News.
Well, they can say whatever they want to say, but it's all of them.
It's all of them.
They all do business with one another.
It is.
They share content.
It is.
They share advertising.
Yep, because anything on NBC,
the only thing
on MSNBC.
The only thing they trying to make sure is happening is that Detroit Raw Live don't get no sponsor.
Yeah.
But MSNBC don't give a damn that CNN gets a sponsor. You have a call, Mr. Shane, man.
What's up, it's your man, MrSan44Man, Detroit Raw Live. Who is this? Hey, who is this? How you doing, man? You all right? Man, just trying to figure out about this media that we got going on out here. What's real, what's fake in the media. Tell me what's going on with your world. What are you feeling about it? My man. Ladies and gentlemen, you just all witnessed what we were just talking about, our people. You see? Doesn't matter if your name is Umar Johnson. Doesn't matter if your name is MrSan44Man. It doesn't matter if your name is Glenn Cannon. Any black man is out here positive doing his thing. Not begging you for nothing. Just ask you to listen and notice where you might go. And you still got haters. But I still love you. Here's our next caller.
We're not going to take it. That's the clown.
Oh, that's the clown? Okay. And see, it deterrents the next person. And it makes us have to say, hey, we can't even deal with this because we have a fool that's on the air live.
Well, let's hear from the girl.
Yeah, let's see what she got to talk about.
my community, my people.
I didn't never see her do it.
Wow. So,
Sound like she from the hood a little bit. At least her actions did.
yeah.
But there you have it. Please, caller, whoever you are, this is a line for people that have some sense and intelligence. And if you're gonna vent, say what you gotta say. As far as all that rhetoric, go to some other station and do that. Okay? We're trying to really keep a serious issue going on, and we don't need that. Grow up, please. 248-429-7224. I don't mean any harm to anyone, but let's keep it 100. Okay? We don't need the rhetoric and silliness. If you want to go play a game.
Your own call. Here you go. Go find you something to do, man. My man.
My man. Well, that took a good heart and a good big man to do that. I appreciate that, man. All right now. Well.
Yes.
Should I have a stroke now? Or a
Yes, some
stroke
Justice
later?
Caller, you're on the air with MrSan44Man.
Hey, who is this? Hey, son.
Simply Fired Sonya. Is this Simply Fired Sonya?
What's up, girl? Why, thank you. Okay. Okay, and those ticket prices was accurate. 20 now and 30 at the door. How can they get them if they want to order online?
Okay, thanks for calling with that information, Simply Sonya. We have another show coming up right behind this one. We got to get out of here. Sandman.
I appreciate y'all, everybody that tuned in for the Detroit Raw Show live. Hey, we'll get back next Thursday. Happy New Year to everyone before the new year, and I hope that you make those resolutions work. Like, I'm going to stop smoking. I'm not going to shoot anybody. Make it happen. Your man, MrSan44Man. I'll check y'all out next week. Same time, same place. VentRadio.net.